Letter 24. Beware of extremely intense ideology. Dear Ada, in every generation, there are belief systems so powerful, so emotionally charged, and so self-reinforcing that they pull people into a kind of psychological gravity. These belief systems are called extreme ideologies, and they are dangerous, not because they are always wrong, but because they allow no space for questioning, complexity, or individuality. Ideology becomes dangerous the moment it becomes total, when it tries to explain everything, control everything, divide everything, reduce everything, when it stops being a tool and becomes a lens that replaces reality. Let me tell you what to watch for. 1. Extreme ideology feels like finally understanding everything. This is the trap. When someone is swept up in an intense ideology, they don't feel imprisoned. They feel awakened. Everything suddenly makes sense. All complexity becomes simple. All uncertainty becomes obvious. All nuance disappears. All questions have one answer. This creates a high, a sense of meaning, identity, certainty, belonging. Ida, be suspicious of anything that makes life feel too simple. Reality is not simple. 2. Extreme ideology requires an enemy. This is one of the clearest signs. There must always be a them, the corrupt, the unenlightened, the oppressor, the brainwashed, the immoral, the ignorant, the wrong. The ideology defines itself as good, and anyone who disagrees is bad. And once someone is labeled bad, their humanity becomes optional. This is how cruelty is justified. This is how violence is rationalized. This is how entire societies fracture. When an ideology cannot exist without an enemy, it is no longer about truth. It is about tribalism. 3. Extreme ideology punishes independent thought. Inside an ideological community, loyalty matters more than truth. You must speak the language. You must repeat the slogans. You must adopt the group's emotional reactions. You must never question the sacred assumptions. If you do, you risk shame, exile, character assassination, moral condemnation. This pressure keeps people obedient and silent, even when they see the cracks. Ada, anything you cannot question is something you do not own. It owns you. 4. Extreme ideology shrinks your world. Instead of expanding your vision, it narrows it. You start interpreting everything through its lens. This proves the ideology. This supports the ideology. This contradicts the ideology, so it must be false. You stop seeing people and start seeing categories. You stop thinking and start repeating. You stop growing because you are no longer curious. Ideology replaces reality with a script. 5. Extreme ideology elevates emotion over evidence. Everything becomes fueled by outrage righteousness, fear, tribal loyalty, existential urgency, moral superiority. When emotion becomes the authority, facts become irrelevant. And emotion can justify anything. 6. Extreme ideology treats doubt as betrayal. Healthy thinking welcomes doubt. Healthy communities encourage questioning. Healthy minds revise their assumptions. But extreme ideologies treat doubt as sin, because doubt threatens the entire structure. And so they teach their followers to fear their own minds. This is what destroys people from the inside. So what should you do, Aida? Not avoid all beliefs, not live without convictions, not float in ambiguity, but stay flexible, stay open, stay curious, stay skeptical of certainty, stay humble, stay willing to change your mind. Look for truth, not team. Look for nuance, not slogans. Look for facts, not fervor. Look for understanding, not domination. And surround yourself with people who think critically, tolerate disagreement, admit uncertainty, revise their views, don't confuse identity with ideology, care about truth more than winning, or not threatened by complexity. These people will keep your mind free. A final warning. Ideologies prey on loneliness, confusion, fear, identity hunger, the need for belonging, the craving for certainty. If you ever feel vulnerable in these ways, pause. Ground yourself. Ask questions. Seek multiple perspectives. Talk to people you trust. Never surrender your mind to a system that cannot handle your doubt. You are too complex for simplicity, too human for dogma, and too alive for anyone else's script. Protect your clarity, Aida. Protect your freedom of thought. The world needs more minds that cannot be claimed. A friend on the road ahead.